Welcome to Insert Title here, and I have some very bad news to inform of all of you. I think Charles is back. So, for those of you who don't know, long time ago, I started a campaign called Boycott Chuck Cheese, where me and a bunch of people on the internet decided it was a good idea to talk about how the evils of Charles Eugene Cheese, the proprietor and executor of the establishment known as Chuck Cheese. And it was a wild ride. For a very long time, he viciously tried to murder me. During my homelessness, the agent of chaos who was sent to me and stabbed me in the park, I believe, was actually an agent of Charles. On 2020... I thought I'd finally murdered this rat bastard and left him for dead in a Nevada fucking junkyard. Eviscerated and rotting. And his son, Charles Edward Cheese, had finally taken over. I thought Edward would be different, you know? I'm like, alright, this is just a kid. I can't do anything about this. Like, that would be immoral, blah, blah, blah. You know, like, various reasons you can't just go and destroy the entire family for the sins of the father, right? Like, that's just... Not only is that against the Geneva Conventions, but that's against, like, my own just personal moral code. And I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking go kill, what was he, like, 16, 17 at the time?
Look, there are
a year
some
later...
Sins of the sun too.
What was that?
There are some sins of the sun too.
Yeah, we're getting to that. About a year later, he started being a Twitch streamer, I guess. And this is when I started noticing things might have not been as I seemed, or as they seemed. And this rat bastard looked directly into the camera, and as I'm sure you all know, went boggers, and then slowly turned his head back to the game he was playing. What was it, like Fall Guys?
Probably.
I don't know. Some cringe shit.
Yeah, it was something. So if it was like Fall Guys, it was probably 2020 and not 2021. Whatever. It was after I murdered his father. And I was like, all right, well, that was weird, but maybe he's just a cringy, cringe lord, cringe boy or something like that, you know? But as it turned out, this goddamn rat bastard had been using the funds from his Twitch stream to invest in technology to bring Charles Eugene Cheese back to life. Because as it turned out, Charles Edward Cheese actually did love his father.
What's
My mistake,
that like?
but I still stand by it, you know? What? What was that, Devon?
I said, what's that like?
What's what like?
Loving your father?
Oh, I don't know. But fucking...
Wrong podcast, bud.
Wrong podcast. Try again later.
But fucking...
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. We're dead inside.
Everything's going to be bad again. We thought the
do you
pandemic
mean
was about to
again?
be over. We thought we were about to be out of this. We thought fucking Joe Brandon president, the Mr. Man himself, was gonna fucking walk around with the jab stab and fucking get us to... I sound like an anti-vaxxer. Get your vaccines. Fucking... We thought everything was gonna be okay. But it's not going to be okay. Because Charles Eugene Cheese is, if not already risen, about to be.
So at what point do you introduce yourself and show your music?
The links are
serious,
below.
I'm sure.
You know who I am. I'm Satahara. He's Adam, the British guy. The British lad is Adam. The one who sounds very disappointed in the fact that we've opened up immediately talking about Charles Eugene Cheese and like he wants to just go fucking down 14 whiskey sours and then do 14 fucking high intensity gravity bong rips. Is Devon.
I don't know what that is, but I'm tempted now.
He's the most talented of us all.
That's a
You
fucking
can see
joke.
him at Devon VO on both Twitch and Twitter. I love him. He's my best friend. Without him, I would not have survived this long. Charles will come for you too.
Okay, so
sorry,
he's
Devin.
a rat.
Charles Eugene Cheese, yes, he's a rat bastard.
Okay.
Everybody
So-
thinks so. There's this misconception that he's Charles Entertainment Cheese, but no. That is a lie. That's propaganda. That's rat bastard propaganda. Because if you forget that it's Eugene, it's less terrifying. Like Eugene was Oregon. I think it's in Oregon. Eugene, Oregon, horrible fucking place to live. Just terrifying. Fucking my cousin Eugene, just the dumbest, fucking stupidest motherfucker that you've ever met. Like I will slap that motherfucker in the face if I ever see him again. Eugene, fuck you. Like if you're one of the 14 people that listens to this podcast, you better fucking change that to 13 because I don't want you associated with this, you motherfucker.
Or
yeah,
tell two of your friends to watch us. It'll be back to 14.
Fucking yeah, just every Eugene's bad.
What about Edwards?
They vary, you know.
But so he's a giant rat. So why do we not simply set up a giant rat trap?
Because he's smarter than all of us, to be frank. You know, all of the genocide that's ever been committed in the history of everything.
Yeah.
Well, since
That
the
was
1700s.
him?
Yeah, that was Charles.
God damn it.
Well, why don't we just put a giant rat trap up and put like a copy of Mein Kampf in it?
This has been
I'm
insert
pretty
title
sure
here.
Yeah, this has been insert title here. I retired from this podcast. It was a good run. 30 episodes. 30
It was
episodes.
30
Pretty
episodes
good.
without referencing Mein Kampf, and there it is.
Yeah, well, we managed to go 30 episodes without either of the Jewish people referencing Mein Kampf. It was the British guy, the one closest to Hitler geographically. Fucking.
Hey! I'm just saying now for my own skin. 2 World Wars and 1 World Cup. Doodah. And on, and on that note, Godwin is currently turning in his grave because I was the one after 30 episodes. God fucking damn it. Could be worse.
Fucking.
You're shaking your head, Devon. It could be worse.
So you guys have 2
Yeah,
world
I mean, we could say a certain. I was gonna say we could have said a certain word 110 times on our podcast.
Ooh, let's get off of that fast. Oof. But yeah, sorry, Xander. 2 World Wars and 1 World Cup. Doodah.
Yeah, and you have a chance of bringing home a 3rd World War more than you have of bringing the cup home.
Whoa!
Oh! Hey, I mean, unlike the States, at least we got a chance of bringing the cup home and not just the war.
I mean, unnecessarily
Hey, you know,
harsh, but you know what? That tracks.
The United States has a real man's game called football. I fucking hate the NFL. Can we actually talk about how NFL sucks for a second?
Oh no, I'm with you because I grew up playing rugby, so I can follow an NFL game, but it drives me nuts because of the stopping and starting. It drives me nuts that a game like that takes 4 hours to play because 1, all the stopping and starting, and 2, they've got to cram as many advertisements in it as they fucking can.
Okay, cool.
It actually drives me insane.
Adam's gonna go with the normie way of why the NFL sucks. Have you seen the lawsuit that's been launched against the NFL lately?
Oh my god, that shit too!
Did you see how much money he was actually making?
Peanuts!
He was the least paid fucking coach out of all of them at $3 million. He was being offered to fucking make an extra $100 million per game lost to ensure that the Miami Dolphins fucking got the first draft pick, and then was fired because he was on a winning streak. Utter bullshit.
I'm just gonna throw us out there, right? Championship managers in England for football, as in soccer football teams, were making about 10 times more than he would in certain situations. This is Championship. This is the 2nd division. This is the tier underneath the Premier League. Like, it's crazy. It's absolutely
This is the head
crazy.
coach of the Miami fucking Dolphins, dude. My formerly favorite team purely because they had dolphins.
God.
Fair enough. Like, damn. That when I was reading through the details of that, that's fucking crazy. And I don't know. It just... the other thing about that sport that weirds me out is how oddly homogenized it is. Like, everyone's an American. Like, I don't know, that's just weird to me.
Oh yeah, how like even the NBA has like people outside of America like playing for it.
Mm-hmm. Like MLB, NBA, even the hockey leagues, you see like players from outside of the US and Canada playing a lot. MLS especially, but like you never the NFL, it's all
Did
like.
you just say Canada?
Americans. Yeah, Canada.
It's Canada.
Okay.
There's no
Canadian.
I in it. No, it's
Canadian.
Canada.
It's
There's no
Canadian.
I in it.
It's Canada.
No.
No,
It's
see,
our
I
Royal Majesty's territories of Canada.
Judy Trudeau's not my prime minister. Hashtag not my prime minister. So fucking he's the ruler of Canada, the bad people. We're from the nation of Canada, the good people.
Canada.
Yeah, Canada.
Yeah, Canada. Where you get the maple syrup from?
Yeah.
I think their
fucking
prime
try
minister's the
anymore.
moose.
Yeah. Canada, where you get the moose and the maple syrup from, and not Canada, where you get blackface and indigenous genocide.
Damn. Oh, don't forget Canada, the land where you get a bunch of truckers acting like they're in the States. Like, come on, that is Kansas behavior, not Ottawa behavior.
That shit was hilarious because, like, this has been thrown out fucking multiple times. Like, over 90% of Canadian truckers were already fully vaccinated, so they weren't being stopped. The mandate wasn't you had to be vaccinated or you couldn't be a trucker or you'd be fired. It was if you weren't vaccinated, then you were suggested to quarantine after you fucking crossed the border back from the United States. You weren't even being mandated the vaccine. And a majority of it just seemed like it was a bunch of fucking well-placed astroturf bullshit from fucking right-wing American fucking guys. Because, like, Tucker Carlson and all those motherfuckers started, like, backing that shit up.
The only, like, right-wing Canadian person I see get on this, who's actually based in Canada, was, like, Peterson. Which was so fucking weird, because I kept seeing Tucker Carlson on it, I kept seeing Ben Shabibo on it, I kept seeing fucking, what's-his-face, the Fox News cunt. Like, it was weird. And I was like watching it, and I'm just like, you guys are like, so you guys are complaining, you know, you're complaining about this, you're protesting about this, but you ultimately are hurting yourselves more because when you guys eventually get this up and go back to work, you understand that you fuck your supply chain even more, right? You've made yourselves 10 times more work for when you go back after this is done. You understand that, right?
It was just a fucking publicity stunt. Like, I can't see any tangible reason why it was done. My conspiracy theory behind it is just it was a fucking AstroTurf fucking thing. Like, somebody fucking like, hey, you know what would be fucking hilarious? If we owned the libs like this.
No, there's also been a movement recently with a lot of, what's the word for them? I don't want to say, like, generalize all Canadians, but there's a bunch of really anti-Muslim Canadians who have been trying to push this whole sort of thing, and that's kind of what they've been piggybacking on the back of. Is this whole thing that's been going on.
Doesn't surprise me.
What's up with the anti-Muslim Canadians?
Bunch of pieces of shit. Bunch of racist pieces of shit.
No, I mean, like, what's going on? Like, what's the story behind it?
I saw it earlier today. I would need to go back and look for it.
All right, Canadians, as an American, if I can give you one word of advice, it's don't do the racism thing. Let us take care of that. We are the best at the racism. Just let us figure that shit out. Don't adopt it. Leaning into the racism is the opposite way that you should be going, Canada. Come on.
Yeah, do what we do in England. Just, you know, do the classism thing instead. That's way more effective. Plus, you can do it with white people.
No, you guys do a weird fucking like version of racism too. Like it's not nearly as blatant as Americans, and it usually is a classism thing. You're right, but like comments like Idris Elba being too streaked to play James Bond coming out of a British person's mouth is pretty racist.
Oh, yeah. I should probably clarify by saying no. We have a problem with racism. It's nowhere near as bad as the States, but classism is not saying that they're small problems, but I would say classism is the bigger of the two. This is not me saying racism is a small problem in the UK because it's not. But classism is definitely the bigger one.
Yeah.
At least what I grew up in understanding the south coast of England.
Yeah, your privileged upbringing in Southamptonshire.
Yeah, a port town full of sailors who would sooner piss on Maggie Thatcher's funeral pyre.
I'm looking for some sailors. Have you seen any sailors here?
Ah, yes. Speaking of Shenmue, you guys see that Adult Swim was airing the anime last night?
There's a Shenmue anime?
Yeah, apparently it's good.
Is it good?
Apparently it's good, yeah. Well, it makes sense of why it would be good, because the plot of those games would be perfect for an anime.
I don't want to shit on things people like, so I'm going to stay silent.
Yeah. Like, I think the plan is just going to loosely follow 1 through 3 and end it there, which makes sense.
But 3 doesn't end anywhere. 3 is... Spoilers for Shenmue 3, I'm sorry. Spoilers for Shenmue 3 right here. It skipped to... I'm not putting the time code up.
We know. But I think the point of the anime is to end it properly.
It's 1% of the entire fucking story. And it's literally nothing happens, and then you get dicked down at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, no. We had to be grateful for Shenmue for what it did. Because I understand at the time we were like 4 years out from GTA 3. We were 5 years out from like any other major open world game. You know what I mean? We were a long way out, and this basically set that standard when Shenmue 1 dropped in 2000. Sorry. However, unlike the Sonic Adventure people, I would admit this Dreamcast classic has aged about as well as milk.
Even at the time, it wasn't fun.
The
Like the Virtua Fighter like fighting mechanics were fine. Obviously, I'm not talking about that, but like the overall majority of the way you interacted with this game in the world, the weighting system and all that shit, it just was counterintuitive to a game that was fun. And like, I'm sorry to be that guy, but a game has to be fun for me to want to fucking stick around with it. You can.
The second one's a lot better. The second one's a lot better.
You can have a dramatic fucking storyline that's like heart wrenching and shit, but still make your game fun. If I'm interacting with it, make it fun to interact with.
The good news is a lot of the developers who worked on that are now working on the Yakuza series. And you can kind of see where they went heavily into the let's just go zany and nutty stuff.
Oh yeah, they're both Sega, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Shenmue 3 is a weird one, though, because, like, even throughout development, there was always some weird stuff going on. Like, they announced a Kickstarter at Sony's E3.
Yeah,
okay, that's weird. And then, like, a couple of years into development, everything seems to be going fine. There's regular updates coming out. No one seems to be that mad. Like, it seems to be uncontroversially chugging along. And then, what do they fucking do? Oh, hey, by the way, it's going to be an Epic Store exclusive. And everyone just went, for fuck's sake.
Oh,
This is after people have pre-ordered and spent money on it. And, like, I think there was some confusion for a while. Would they still get a Steam code? Did they pre-ordered it on... Did they ask for a PC version? And, like, no, you're going to get an Epic game code. And people were doing chargebacks. It was a whole fucking thing. I think it's on... I want to say it's on Steam now. A quick look. But, like, it was not a good look. Because people were pretty upset. And this was, like, around the time of a few other games getting a lot of flack for doing the Epic Store thing.
Yeah. Which I guess now we've just given up on.
Shenmue 3 is now on Steam. Well, to be fair, Epic haven't really announced anything major for the past couple of years, and no one's really... with the exception of Final Fantasy VII Remake. But, like, the thing is...
Entire Kingdom Hearts series as well.
Well, that too. But, like, it's only been a few situations like that where the developer has kind of been, for lack of a better term, a bit of a grifter.
Oh yeah, apparently fucking Neo The World Ends With You released on PC, and I didn't even know it released on PC because it was a fucking Epic Store exclusive the entire goddamn time. So not only did they not advertise that game at all, but they also just didn't even fucking make it common knowledge that there was a PC version of that.
You know what really pisses me off about that is that, like, they're complaining that the World Ends With You didn't do that well, and just like, you barely fucking advertised the goddamn game. How are you going to complain that it didn't fucking do well? Like, yeah, it's your fault, if anything.
There was like no advertisement spots. Yeah, it's a fucking goddamn Epic Store exclusive on PC. Fucking, so you can't do any sort of like fucking promotion like naturally on PC because fucking half the fucking people don't want to interact with the Epic Store for various reasons.
Way more than half. Yeah, way more than half. A lot. I was reading a stat that most of the people in the Epic Game Store don't even use it to buy games. They just literally use it as a Fortnite launcher.
I'm using it as a Demon X Machina launcher because I gave it away for free. I'm like, yeah, fuck it.
And fucking
I use it as
Square releases like 2 press releases for the entire fucking game. That like one's a trailer, and then fucking the other one's like, here's a letter from fucking the president of Square Enix about how he hopes that this game does pretty good. Oh my fucking god, dude. I haven't finished the game. I have mixed opinions on it that I keep to myself because I have not finished the game. Therefore, they're not fucking valid criticisms because of the way I've played it. I acknowledge has completely robbed me of the ability to enjoy the game, and I will get back to it eventually after I finish Pokemon and then I guess Undertale because I think that's next on my list or whatever. But fucking... they did not even give this game a fucking chance. They did not fucking give it a shake at all. Like, I barely fucking saw this thing even be announced.
I almost wonder if certain developers intentionally put that shit on the Epic Game Store as well, knowing it will generate some kind of controversy for a day or two on Twitter, in the hopes it generates some kind of press for them, because... What was that game? Ooblets. like the developer announced with the thing, and they had a picture of a character flossing. I'd never even heard of that game before then, and the next thing I hear is like they're complaining about getting harassed on Twitter, which we're not here supporting harassment, but they're complaining about the treatment they got on Twitter from people after it announced. I'm always wondering, a lot of these developers are announcing it and doing the Epic Game Store thing, partly because the payoff is apparently ridiculous. Like a lot of these developers are making up more money than the game could theoretically ever lose. So like signing these deals, but also one of them doing it because it's no such thing as bad press kind of deal, you know?
Is that the game where you take those little creatures and force them into slave labor?
I have no fucking clue.
What game?
Literally, I'd never heard of the game before it was announced, and before the Epic announcement, and I haven't heard about a damn thing about it since.
I don't even know what fucking game you're talking about.
Ooblets.
Somebody look up the Pokemon Sweatshop game.
Excuse me. What?
I would do it right now, but I'm painting a Gundam.
Okay.
Oh, full
Pokemon
disclosure for
Sweatshop.
every listener at home, I'm painting a Gundam.
I stopped playing Pokemon Legends Arceus to record this podcast. I hope you're fucking happy.
I'm playing Pokemon Go right now. Don't worry about it. Ooblets. Apparently it reviewed all right, but it came out middle of last year, July 2020. It came out on Xbox One as well. Publishers Gunpla and Double Fine.
Xander, also, when I searched for Pokemon Sweatshop game, it came up with Pal World, and that's just like shitty Pokemon with guns.
Maybe it was Pal World.
The game is still in early access and has had numerous patches to fix open and horrible bugs. Wow. So, oh my god. August 1st, 2019, it was announced that it was to be an Epic Games Store exclusive. It was announced by Gunpla's Ben Wasser, who he included what he felt had been joking language related to creations of Epic Games Store, calling those who threatened to pirate Epic Game exclusive stores, blah, 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 blah. Immature, toxic gamers. But that situation was nothing to get worked up about. The announcement then led to a massive backlash, including individuals sending threatening abusive messages to developers, as well as false narrative being spread by platforms like Reddit. Wasser also engaged in hostile conversations with trolls and a small number of fans on their Discord server. The conversations then screenshotted, taken out of context. This is a Wikipedia article. You can tell this guy wrote it himself. It was taken out of context. Well, can I see the screenshots? That's one of our individuals who fabricated fake conversation, including one which showed Wasser claiming the game should be in gas chambers. Wasser later compiled his thoughts on the latter in a Medium post, apologizing for acting in a hostile manner. Several fans were showing a screenshot of blah 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 blah.
You want to run that gas chamber one by me again, real quick?
Yeah, he apparently it was a fake screenshot which was claimed to show this Wasser guy saying gamers should be in gas chambers.
Okay, the screenshot was fake.
According to this guy, yes, but there's I'm just googling it now. I've literally just God, my Google history is gonna be fun. I googled gamers belong in gas chambers.
Maybe that's something you shouldn't Google. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, so my Google Home went off when I said that. Apparently they claim it, but
well, in other news, because I'd like to completely change topic
wow.
off of that. I know that we had a moratorium on talking about certain tokens.
Oh god.
But there's just I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not, but it's because it's funny because okay, so there's a fighting game tournament that I really want to go to. CEO.
Oh, it's in Florida.
And recently CEO Mr. Jebait himself tweeted. He tweeted exclusive NFT CEO launch trailer, and then people were getting really upset because they were just saw NFT, were started getting upset, got mad. NFT stood for nice fun tournament.
Are you telling me he jebaited everybody?
He jebaited everyone.
God, I love Alex Jebait.
I love that guy. I love it. That's how I know. Like there are some bad things in the FGC. No lie, there's a lot of shit going on there, but like
Jebait is not one of them.
Jebait is absolutely not one of them. No, I love that guy.
God bless that crazy Canadian bastard.
That guy alone makes me want to like go to a fighting game tournament just to go. Like I'll try to compete. Like I'm nowhere near competitive, but like just because of like the work that goes into that one specifically and how many people I know who go to that one specifically, that's the one I would want to go to just to give it a shot.
Look at that detailed leg.
He has a detailed Gundam leg. I love it.
That's a nice leg.
I'm panel
That's a
lining.
nice leg.
Anyway, I was trying to think of what else to talk about today.
There's a lot of things.
Well, we can just go ahead and
Oh,
fucking talk about what I'm doing because I want to talk about model kits and shit again.
Let's talk about model kits.
So, for those of you at home who aren't nerds like me, I like to build fucking robots out of like fucking plastic model kits and shit. Started when I was a kid with Zoids and shit, as I think we talked about on a previous episode. And then I got into the Gundam series purely because I started building the robots first. And right now I'm panel lining the very first Gundam I ever built, the Transient Gundam from Build Fighters, that I got to customize and then forgot to ever customize after I built it. And it's super cool and shit. Panel lining is where you just take like a paint or a marker and you go along the lines of the mech, especially like on the white parts, and then you just color them in so they have more detail and they just visually more appealing, and it looks like, you know, you can see more of the design going on and stuff. And fucking recently Devon has gotten into the Gundam series, and I've been getting my Zoid collection bigger, and I've been streaming building some of these guys. And on the last episode, we kind of got Adam interested in trying it out. So I finally was able to find a model kit for him. It's the real grade Eva Unit 01 from fucking Neon Genesis Evangelion. It's also made by Bandai. It's technically not a Gunpla because it's not a Gundam. It's just a plastic model. But since it's made by Bandai, you'll see it like included in a lot of like Gunpla kind of like fucking like forums and stuff because it's cool. You know, we're all just like whatever. It doesn't matter if it's not a Gunpla. If it's a plastic model and it's a mech, we generally want to see it. They're dope as fuck.
It might be the same kind of model as my Lazengon then.
What's up with the Zengon?
It's I'm looking at it right now. It says plastic model kit cross something. I don't know, I have to go pick it up and look at it.
Have you built it yet?
Yeah, I built the show. I built that one on stream. Hold on.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it might not be a Gundam, the Evangelion, but like, there's enough war crimes in that series for it to count.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Fucking the thing with yours is it's at the 144 scale, so it's the same as the high grade Transient Gundam that I'm building right now, or like detailing right now. So when it's built, they'll be to scale with what they should be in like real life and stuff. And on top of that, the real grade specifically, the one that you have, is designed to like be as if it was like a real robot in real life and stuff. So you may see some like some mechanical like redesigns and stuff for some of this shit. I'm not sure how hard they go into the redesigns on that, because from my understanding, it's based on the Rebuild movies, and the Rebuild stuff is pretty like intricate in their designs. But yeah, it should be fucking totally cool.
I was wondering how tall it was going to be when I'm done with it. It's going to be so cool when it's put together.
I forgot my Lazengon model comes with a small Lord Genome.
Oh, that's awesome.
Aww.
I love it. Also, part of the foot just came off of my model. What the fucking hell?
So who makes the Lazengon?
Millimeter.
Hold on. Let me fix this foot real quick before I do anything.
Yeah, that happens, the model kits, especially if they use like the polycap designs, like the high grades and stuff. They have the kind of like, it's not quite rubber, but you know, it's that softer, fucking more malleable plastic that they use for like their joints and stuff. And over time they can weaken. You can actually tighten those up by just taking a little bit of top coat paint and just applying it in the joint.
I might have to do that. I don't have any of that though. Fuck, it keeps coming out. Fuck, man, that's why I hate model kits sometimes.
I think it's about 17.5 centimeters tall, so that's a pretty decent sized boy.
I'm going to be honest, I have no idea how to visualize centimeters.
Oh, right. Yeah. I'm trying to think what that is in feet and inches. Fuck, give me a minute on that one.
But yeah, I realized that the fucking kit that I got for him was fucking based on the Rebuild movies and was released for that. And I was like, oh shit, that final fucking Rebuild movie was actually like legit amazing, and I loved it. And now I'm gonna have to buy one for myself. I also bought fucking Devon a Murasame lager. It's a third-party kit by Supernova, I think. It's one of the ZA models. And essentially, they've taken the Zoids Aggressive like toy line that was released back in the day, that was at a smaller scale. They scaled it up, and then they made it into a model kit. And this is like a limited edition version of that kit that's already like, you know, like a shorter run because it's third party. It's not like, you know, Kotobukiya or like fucking like Bandai, one of the bigger like, you know, producers making it. And it comes with 2 sets of armor, and both are translucent, and it's fucking blue or green. And so whatever armor color he picks for his, I also bought the thing. I'm gonna pick the opposite armor, and we're gonna have the same model kit. And then I found the Mugen Lager. It's like the white version of that Lager that was released during that time. They did the same thing for the Zoids Aggressive model of that, and there's a limited edition of that in clear. And I'm gonna get that for Adam if these things are good. That is,
yeah.
because as they're third-party kits, and I've never built a Supernova thing, they could totally suck.
Okay, so I don't know who makes this. It just says plastic model kit cross Riobot, and it's distributed by Bluefin Brands. And it's Pliobot is basically what it's called. I don't have any other.
I'm pretty
information
sure
on
Bluefin is a Bandai brand.
it now. Okay.
Spell Pliobot for me.
Plaiobot. It's a really cool model though. Like, here's the Kotobukiya Gurren Lagann I had.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then here's Lazengon right next to it.
Are they the same scale?
I think so, yeah.
I'm looking up the Pliobot.
17.5 centimeters below is about 6.8 inches.
That tracks.
So it's going to be a decently sized boy.
Yeah, it looks like it's a Bandai kit. So Bluefin, I think, is the American distributor that they used to do, but now that Namco Bandai or Bandai Namco, I forgot how it fucking goes now. They've just recently restructured. All of the model kits that they distribute are no longer going to be under the red Bandai logo like they have been. They're going to be distributed under the Bandai Spirits logo, the blue one. And I wonder if Bluefin's going to be phased out in favor of Bandai Spirits, because I've seen like American kits like the Bandai Spirits logo rather than the Bluefin logo on it.
Yeah, this one has... This is a relatively new one. Has Evangelion 2020 officially licensed. Bandai. It's the blue Bandai logo on it.
Yeah, that's because that was after the restructuring that they've released this. This is one of the newest kits that they've made. So the early real grade kits, like the RX 78-2, suffer from this one YouTuber that I just got introduced to, so I can't remember his name. I'm sorry. I'll try to pop it up in the video. No, I won't. I'm lazy. I'll mention you on the next episode or something when I memorize your name, because I've been watching a lot of your videos at this point. But they were like, they were talking about how early real grade things, they have like this snap together like inner frame thing that allows it to do a lot of weird and cool like action poses and shit, but it's made out of this plastic that over time gets a little bit floppy that you can like fix, but they called it like early real grade syndrome. But the later real grade ones, they did away with this inner frame, and they're more like mini master grade kits, where this master grade RX 7802 Gundam the Origin model I have right here, you build an entire robot inner frame, and then you build the armor on top of that robot. And like that's what you're going to get, kind of like the experience from that. You're going to build like the inside of the Ava, so you might have to sacrifice your wife's soul to like build it. I'm not entirely sure.
Damn it.
And then you could layer on the
Whoa, spoilers!
For fucking 300-year-old fucking anime.
Yeah, about to say, like, I think Evangelion's one of those series I think most everyone has seen, and if you haven't, like, there's a reason why people, you know, love it so much, and why it's a classic, so to speak.
I will admit I didn't like the original series for a long time, and I still have mixed feelings about it. But after this last rebuild of Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 has come out, it's contextualized the entire franchise for me. And I appreciate pretty much everything about the series now. Like 3.0 plus 1.0 is one of the most hopeful fucking movies I've ever watched in my life, and it comes from one of the most hopeless fucking series I've ever watched. It's amazing.
I still haven't watched Evangelion.
Well, now that I'm no longer an advent hater of it, I guess go ahead and give it a shot. I mean, I always told you to give it a shot anyway, but
ADV dub, ADV dub.
If I can find it.
I'll help you out with that. Don't worry about that.
You know me. I'll support the original release if I can. I'm not much into sailing the high seas in search of content, if you know what I mean.
The problem is the original release hasn't been re-released in about 20 years.
it just came out on DVD, the full series. Remember, like Blu-ray. It literally like just came out.
Right, but super limited run of those, and
Super limited run of the limited edition. There is, however, an actual.
They haven't released that yet. There's still very limited run for the rest of it. They did it to gauge interest. But yeah, they haven't released the wide print yet. Asterisks. Because there was definitely people interested in the fucking thing. But yeah, no, it's floating around out there. Just be sure when you can to legally purchase it. Just if you've watched the Netflix one, like it's. I'm not gonna get on this because I'll be here for a long time, but there's a lot of things that were changed. With the script, that was so the story with the script for that one is that it was the original script came through to AEDV and they said no, we need to localize this, and GainX pushed back and eventually said fine, localize it. Right, it gets localized. We get the masterpiece that is the Evangelion dub because that dub is super good because they spent the time to localize it, put things in context and clarify things better, you know, particularly when they translate from Japanese to English, particularly regarding a character who appears later in the series, which I'm not going to spoil anything for you because you haven't seen it, you know. There's a very important line, let's just say, a very important line. You are worthy of my love. That's the line. Now, in the original straight translation that was given to ADV, that Netflix used, the line says, you are worthy of my grace, which in Japanese, that's being worthy of someone's grace and being worthy of someone's love is interchangeable in that sense, right? Doesn't really translate to English because being worthy of my grace is a bit it's a sort of bit of a Ponzi thing, you know, sort of thing you expect to hear from like royalty or something like that. No. Being worthy of my love is something entirely different. So you see how this sort of thing happened a lot, particularly a lot of the lines that Oscar gets when interacting with what's his name? Xander, help me out here. Misato's boyfriend.
Kaji.
Thank you, with Kaji. A lot of the lines when they interact are kind of really weirdly, like, doesn't make any sense because, like, she flirts with every guy and every man in the series. That's just kind of what she does as a defense mechanism. But, like, it comes off as way less flirty and innocent and, like, childish, girlish crush. And more, like, straight up, like, sex pest. in that, it doesn't make any friggin' sense. And there's just a lot of ways. And also the voice acting quality is nowhere near as good. Particularly whoever it is they've got doing Shinji particularly in the movie cannot scream, and it's painful to listen to. TLDR ADV version.
I don't know. I like Shinji in the new one.
In the Netflix version?
Yeah, isn't that Casey?
Yeah.
I have no idea, but the Spike Spencer kind of owned that role, and
yeah.
I'm
mixed on Spike Spencer as an actor. Shit, I'm trying not to be mean, but anything I say will come off as mean. So next topic.
We'll just say he came down. He was put on Earth to do one role, and that one role was Shinji Ikari, and we'll move on from there.
I actually liked him better in Code Geass.
Right.
I will say Spike definitely improved way later. Whenever they went and did the Funimation dubs of the Rebuild movies 1, 2, and 3, those were immaculate. And then I guess Amazon went back and redubbed those when they got the distribution rights to them and did the entire ADV cast. And he's fucking immaculate still in the new ones. In Rebuild, Spike Spencer. Ooh, amazing performance. So yeah,
as is Amanda Winley. I watched the elevator scene clip with Amanda Winley and Tiffany Grant. Oh, so good.
You know, I've been thinking recently a lot about anime dubbing and anime subbing, like as you know, someone who's wanting to be a voice actor, and I can genuinely say though, as good as some of the older dubs are, we have come a long way when it comes to the way that our voice actors now do infliction and do their acting. It's a lot better than it used to be.
Yeah, my
like
big-
I was gonna say I've been recently. So as you guys know, I've been watching Gundam recently. I'm on Zeta Gundam now, and I thought just why not? I wanted to give it a shot and see. I wanted to listen to a dub, and see how the dub was. And I first listened to it in Japanese, and I went back and listened to the dub of this scene. And I don't know what it is specifically about this dub. Maybe it's just bad direction. But there was like not great emotion in this scene, and it's supposed to be a very emotional scene. So basically, one of the characters has kind of thought that they were dead. The whole crew of the Argama thought this character was dead, and Camille, the main character, found her, and he's just like, oh my god, you're safe, you're alive, you know. But they think that this character is a turncoat, like she's gone to the other side, she's become one of the enemy. And he's like confused. He's like, well, okay, well, you're lying to us to make yourself a better spy, right? Like, that's something I've heard of. And she's like, no, I did this of my own free will. And he gets really upset and he starts crying, and he's just like, you know, he doesn't understand why she's done this. And she starts crying, she gets upset, and she's like, you know, there's nothing for me on the Argama. And he's just like, even if it's nothing, I can at least still protect you. Isn't that enough? You know, he's very upset. And, you know, I could hear that inflection in the Japanese. You know, I could hear how upset the voice actors were, because they, you know, I could feel that coming from them. But like in the dub, I didn't feel that at all.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that's the Ocean Group dub, right?
I assume. I don't want to say it is, because I don't know.
So a lot of the issues that early dubs had, you're right, is a lot of it direction, but they were also like rushed to get through those lines and stuff like that, and they also had to try to match lip flaps. But then on top of that, a lot of the old dubbing houses that started out back in the day didn't really have big old fucking like studios and shit either. And so in order to get like more emotive scenes, you would have to get louder, and they wouldn't have the equipment necessary to be able to get that loud, because it would be sensitive equipment. Because you know how I'm constantly like being like, turn her shit down, we're constantly peaking or whatever, like on our own audio. Yeah, the way audio worked back then fucking was a goddamn nightmare. So they would have to, it was a mix of bad direction and necessity, and like just brushing through it. And yeah, like dubbing and stuff has gotten a lot better, and people have gotten more prolific, because there's been a rise in audio quality, audio technology. People have gotten more used to directing those adaptations and all that stuff. The translations have gotten better as well. The localizations have like gotten a lot better, and all of that. And
unless you work at Netflix.
Yeah.
And editing has gotten better too.
Yeah, and fucking like
I also
so like I love the original Ocean Group dub of the original Metal Gear Solid. Fucking Mobile Suit Gundam. You know, the original series. And fucking the guy who plays Light Yagami plays Amuro Ray, and it's just weird hearing it from him. But like, I love that dub, but there's times in it where it's like, okay, yeah, like the direction on this was bad, or they weren't able to watch the scene, or you know, they were being fed the lines. A lot of the issue too is that a lot of like anime, even now, is recorded separately from each other, whereas a lot of voice acting in like video games and shit that you hear, well, the reason why it's so fucking good and immaculate is because they're actually able to act off of each other and like that kind of stuff, whereas you're giving your lines without context and all that kind of stuff. And so it's a mixture of all those things, and that was way worse back in the day.
You also wonder, like, if it's partly that a lot of people are voice acting, or who are voice acting now, grew up watching some of those dubs and kind of went, I can do better than this.
Yeah,
I wonder that's part of it too.
I literally just sat there, and I was sitting there like, you know, I think I could do this better. And not to say that I could. I don't want to come off as just like, oh yeah, I'm way better than these other voice actors here. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is just like, would I like to see a different dub of Zeta Gundam? Yeah, I think it can be done. Would I do it myself? I don't know, maybe. I know enough people who would probably be on board to do something like that, who are talented voice actors in their own right.
Would you want to be Shah?
Actually, you know, I really thought about it, because just like, I don't want to be Camille. Not that, no, and that's not saying I don't like Camille. It's just I don't think I could pull off Camille, because he's got a very youthful exuberance to his voice, but he's also got that very frustrated, standoffish nature, which I don't think I could do very well as a younger character. But I think I could do Char just fine. I think I could, if I put some practice into it, I could probably pull off Char or Captain Bright, honestly.
You just want an excuse to record unironically with the line, I came here to laugh at you.
I came here to laugh at you, Amuro. You know.
Oh my god. Who'd you cast Xander as?
I mean, that's if he wanted to do it.
And for argument's sake, Xander is ready and biting at the bit to get involved, you know. Who do you cast Xander as?
That's a great question. I think he'd be great as probably Jared. He's the bad guy in that one.
I hate Jared.
I think yeah, but I think you could pull him off. I think you could do well with him.
Well, if
not Jared, maybe Sirocco, or I could see you as the commander of the Argama too.
Just cast me as the bad guy. It works.
But they're supposed to be space Nazis, not space Brits.
Look, I've seen enough American films that they just make the Germans British and they give them English accents, and it's like, yes, Heil Hitler. Yeah. I'm like, that. What the fuck is this shit?
Yeah. But I mean, it could be done, because here's the thing: there are a lot of great shows out there that were bungled because of a bad dub. Let's just just say it now. And I think a lot of them deserve a second chance, so that way they can be taken much more seriously.
Yeah.
Because I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX really got fucked over by what 4Kids did to it, because it's got a fantastic story in the dub, or not the dub, the sub, and it's taken 100% seriously. No fucking jokes or dumb shit like that. And
I think it's your game, boy.
Yeah, none of that there. And it gets really dark, and I genuinely think it deserves a second chance to be taken seriously, with an actual dub. You know, I would like to hear that, because here's the thing: I love watching anime. I really do. And I've really been enjoying watching Zeta Gundam. But I would like to be able to multitask. So that's why I like listening to dubs, because I'll listen to the dub while doing something else, like while I'm playing a game or while I'm like looking at something online. I don't have to give 100% attention, because I can still hear what's going on.
So this is how you end up watching sports at work, Devon. Just give in.
I'm not. I will never. But like with the sub, it's just like I have to pay attention, because like there's very few words in Japanese that I know, and the ones I do know, whenever I'm reading it, the sub is wrong, because like someone is just like, Sarah's here, and then but like the line was Sara Yahari, and it's just like Yahari is like, I knew it, and like I was just like, that's not what they said. That's not the sub wrong, but whatever. I'm not going to get to that level of being a fucking massive monster
that's
weeb.
Wrong, but it's like interpretation.
Yeah.
Because there's no such thing as a one-to-one translation ever.
Oh no, absolutely not. Like,
Weebs, you heard about the slap lawsuit that's been going on right now?
The what lawsuit?
So it's not the guy from before, a different anime YouTube person, right? Has been hit with a slap suit by one of the companies that holds like Shonen Jump's IPs.
Mm-hmm.
And like the worst way to get the slap suit, it's like it's within US law. They basically fucked him over. I don't remember what the guy's name was now.
I don't know.
But yeah, like we thought the stuff with what was it, Koei? Toei was really bad. But yeah, so for those who don't know, a slap suit is a strategic lawsuit against public participation. It's intended to censor, intimidate, and silence critics by burdening with the cost of legal defense until they abandon their criticism or opposition. So for those who don't know, fair use doesn't really exist in Japan.
Right.
Actually, to a point where even like film critics can get like sued if they give out too much information in reviews, like written reviews, which is really fucking bizarre. And the Japanese way of thinking, particularly for the older guys, doesn't really mesh well with, I guess, the internet, because everyone's a critic and YouTube exists and people like making critique videos on YouTube. So we saw one, was it something Jake, Ordinary Jake? Was that his guy's name, the first one? Like, Tony took down like 300 videos and...
LS
Totally
Mark.
not Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one, yeah. And then there's one right now with somebody else. What the hell's this guy's name? Point is, it was Jump, and they basically hit him with a slap suit. I was like, they seriously hit him with a slap suit? Suede. The guy's name is Suede.
Never heard of him, but that's really shitty.
Yeah, and it was by Showpro.
Wow. I mean,
like, it's absolutely bonkers.
that's a really shitty thing to do. I mean, as long as, I think, as long as a review isn't like just giving away like critical story details, and it's just being honest and being like, yeah, there are things about this that I didn't like, and this could have been written better. But like
that.
Even if they give away critical,
even if the reviews like talks
fair
about
use.
the
Oh, yeah.
entirety of the fucking story, like as long as they're criticizing the story, it doesn't fucking matter.
But yeah. The only way, to be fair, the way fair use is with YouTube, particularly after the Klein versus Hosen bald guy dickhead thing, effectively that you can play clips, you can give away the whole thing, but you have to make a point of like making commentary or criticism of it, right?
it needs to be shown that it's a transformative work for it to count as fair use.
On
so
the
by
very
taking
base
it,
level of it,
yeah, and so I've written a report on this before. So as long as they are taking it and they are, using it in a transformative way by criticizing it and reviewing it, then it falls under fair use. It's sort of like the same thing with like a bridge series. They are transforming the property into something inherently different than what it was.
Yeah.
And that falls under fair use, despite what, these IP owners think.
Like, a lot of it is that face doesn't really exist in Japan as it is, and so these guys, they throw their weight around until right now.
Yeah,
YouTube finally got involved in the last one. YouTube is staying out of it because it's a slap suit. And they're
so
like,
on this slap suit thing, why is he being sued? Does he use footage from the shows and their things, or is it written format?
It's a video thing, so it's going to be, I guess, images and clips he's talking over, which in the States would count as fair use. In Japan, no.
Okay, because I was about to say, because you mentioned like a written thing earlier, and like I was like, that's fucking stupid, because like a written synopsis of a film is not a replacement for a thing, and it's not featuring any of the copyrighted work in there.
Yeah, well, welcome to Japan. Like, that's a huge problem, and a lot of it hasn't also helped that a lot of the Japanese businesses are run by, for lack of a better term, older people who either don't understand the, I guess how the internet influences media outside Japan, but also most importantly don't care. They just see the internet and people watching anime as a piracy thing. So in the upcoming anime games video, you're damn right we're making a lot of jokes at Toei's expense. Oh god.
On that note,
I've almost got this guy all done.
go ahead. Nice.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
I was like, on that note, I mean, as far as piracy is concerned, it's kind of a pain in the ass when trying to find some of these series, because like, they just don't post them up anywhere. They don't like have them available to watch on some of these sites, and it's really annoying. And with that being said as well, the same thing fucking happens with, game sites as well, like with Nintendo and everything. They'll be like, oh no, you can't legally download this game because we won't let you, and that's stealing from us. Like, okay, where can I buy it then? They're just like,
yeah, buy.
Shut up. Exactly. It's just like, you don't want people to illegally download and play Mother 3. Well, how the fuck are they going to play it without, you releasing it stateside?
Yeah. Like, I mean, it also kind of gives you some kind of semblance to the way of thinking over there, I guess. But it's just the thing that drives me nuts the most about that, taking the preservation front out of it, is just Nintendo is cripplingly aware of the value of video games, particularly a popular game or a low-selling game, years after the fact. Like, for God's sake, they wouldn't have put Earthbound on the fucking Super Nintendo Classic in Europe if that wasn't the case.
Mm-hmm.
What drives me nuts is they like to act like they don't, but they actively benefit from emulation of these older titles. There is no ifs, ands, or buts around it. They are actively benefiting from nostalgia dollars, because you can't tell me that they wouldn't have bothered putting Earthbound on that fucking machine or on the Wii U eShop if it hadn't saw a resurgence in popularity through the internet, people emulating it. You can't tell me they didn't, because that's the only way they fucking gauge of interest.
You're absolutely right. Like, I had never played Earthbound before. In fact, I only know Ness from fucking Super Smash Bros. Like, I never played it. And then, like, I looked into it, I was just like, oh, this is cool. And it's just like, to buy a copy is like $1,000 goddamn dollars. I'm like,
it's
I'm not
quite
about to
that
drop
bad,
it.
but it's like $300 now. Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah,
it's bad.
It's like,
but
I'm not about to pay that much for a video game. I don't want to get started on the fucking. Oh, don't get me started on that. But like, okay, actually, no, I am gonna get started on that because we're still technically on this boat here.
We can tell this, yeah.
Like, I'm so fucking tired of people seeing games and trying to sell the video games for way more than what they're actually worth. Like,
Oh yeah, no.
there's a person trying to sell a sealed copy of Pokemon Leaf Green for like near on $200 fucking dollars.
Ew.
I was like, are you insane?
Wait, sealed?
Yeah.
Annoyingly, they might get that.
That's what pisses me off too, because it's just like, I would unseal it and I would play the video game because I want to play fucking Pokemon Leaf Green, damn it. But here's the thing, I can't fucking buy it anywhere where it's not, you know, over $80+ and it's not available on Nintendo console to download and play.
Yeah, that'd be nice, actually. Can we get, like, Gen 3 on Virtual... Well, I know Virtual doesn't exist on Switch, but can we get, like, them on Switch? That'd be nice.
And here's the thing, and as far as emulation is concerned with Nintendo doesn't know how to emulate for shit, apparently. Because, like, not to mention, like, the massive number of issues that have been going on with the Nintendo 64 Switch emulator, where it's crashed on Super Mario 64, or no, Super Paper Mario 6 or Paper Mario 64, where the fuck it is. Like, there's a bug specifically in this version where it'll crash if you get a game over with a specific character in your party, and it will delete your save data too. And I'm not sure if they've patched that yet, but that was the most recent issue I've seen with it. They have patched the issue with the water temple where you can't see your reflection, but the fog is still not there. And like, apparently they fixed a lot of latency, but like, man, in my experience, like, I don't even remember half these issues with like the Project 64 emulator or any other emulators I've used. And another issue with Nintendo's, you know, emulation is that they can't emulate their own Game Boy Advance very well either, because like, if you have a Game Boy Advance game on the 3DS, if you purchased a 3DS when they first came out and you were part of the ambassador program, they gave you like what, 10, yeah, like Xander, they give you like what, 10 GBA games for free, right? Along with it.
Yep, that never fucking came out ever on that system for anybody else. Suck it, bitches.
Yeah. So like, the thing with that is, I don't know how I go about saying it, like, it doesn't work very well. The GBA emulation they put on it doesn't work very well. Like, you can't put it in sleep mode. You can't put your DS in sleep mode or it'll stay on the whole time.
That's annoying.
Yeah, it's like they never did a sleep mode function or anything like that for it. Like, not even like, and even if you hack your 3DS and put Game Boy Advance games on there, you still can't like have a sleep function. Like, you have to like mod a sleep function in on the emulator, or sorry, on the ROM of the game you're putting on there itself in order to have a sleep function.
That's really annoying.
Yeah, it's incredibly annoying, and it's just like, it's so frustrating because it's just, and people will defend it. Like, Nintendrones will defend everything Nintendo does, and it's the most frustrating thing.
Well, see, that one
Like that
kind of makes sense. That one tells me that you have to actually add a fucking sleep mode function to your game when you're developing the game itself. Otherwise, it won't recognize that. Which to me actually makes sense because there was a couple of games fucking growing up on the DS that fucking like just would not sleep mode for whatever reason. They just fucking like shut down the whole fucking thing, or they would fucking or they just stay on when you like close it, and you'd be like, what the fuck is going on here? But if it works when you patch the ROM, that makes sense. It's not a interpreter level thing. It's not a emulator level thing that you'd be able to do. If it works when you do the ROM, then that means it has to be implemented per software. And so now I want to look at like all these individual DS and 3DS games and see if like, oh, is the sleep mode suspension feature like part of the game? Because that's interesting.
I mean, when you put it that way, that's a little more interesting because I don't know when it comes to the sleep mode. But what I do know is that I am just so tired of just Nintendo fans. I'm tired. They just have like the worst. They have the worst takes. Like apparently, like so back on the whole copyright claim thing. There has been a YouTube channel that uploaded a bunch of music from different Nintendo games, and Nintendo, and I say that in quotes, quote unquote, Nintendo. Launched a bunch of copyright claims against his channel, over 300, too overwhelming to fight back against, and he just got rid of his channel. It's very unfortunate. It's a lot of great music that's just gone. With that being said, it wasn't Nintendo that did it. It's actually been confirmed that it's just someone who might be pretending to be Nintendo. Because when Nintendo launches a copyright claim, they'll usually put Nintendo of Japan or Nintendo LLC. This was just Nintendo. Yeah. So it's very upsetting because he's already deleted his channel. There's no way to get that stuff back. So that's unfortunate, and I'm sad that happened. But with that being said, there are people out there who genuinely think it was Nintendo, and they defend that action. And they're like, Nintendo intended for you to listen to listen to this music while playing the game, and listening to it outside is stealing. And it's just like, how the fuck would I listen to half these fucking songs if I don't own the game, or if the game never released in America, or maybe I want to listen, or better yet, maybe I don't want to listen to it on the Game Boy Advance's shitty fucking speaker.
If you plug in your headphones as it's stereo, that's your own fault for not knowing that, asshole. Nintendo can do no wrong.
Those are backwards. I'm sorry, I can literally puncture argument right here because Nintendo, especially in Japan, but only in Japan annoyingly, loves to release game soundtracks on CD.
Yeah,
like it's one of the biggest things you see alongside the game will be the soundtrack on CD. And that's not really a thing here, sadly. I mean, it's become a thing in the digital age where certain developers will put their music up on streaming sites. Like Capcom is infamous for it. They love putting, like random old game. Capcom and Sega, yeah. I think I was looking on Spotify the other day and I saw like Capcom added like another like 30, 40 random NES game soundtracks to the Sound Team playlist, and Sega uploaded something. Like
Sega uploaded the Sonic Mania soundtrack recently.
Oh, nice. But like even like it's only a recent thing, and even then, like getting physical editions can be a problem. Like I waited so long for Doom 2016's soundtrack to come out physically. I mean, I had the digital download of it, but I really wanted a physical CD of it, which I now have. I've had it for a while now. It's really nice to look at. Now, can I get the same thing with Doom Eternal? We'll see, because there's some issues going on there, but that's not even on streaming yet.
Yeah, Doom Eternal's fucking not even on streaming. I was about to say, fucking like...
yeah, that's a whole... We're not going to get on that topic, because me and Dan will be here for a long time.
No, let's get on the topic for a second. Like, because we don't have to be on it for forever. Hey, Microsoft, if you're going to ruin literally fucking my entire fucking life and buy all these fucking companies, can you at least do me a solid and fucking, like, give Mick Gordon a bunch of fucking money to just come back and just take his fucking time with the mix and master on that? I understand, like, Mick was being a bit of a dick in that too. It wasn't just a one side was bad thing. I understand that. However, as the guy who made the music and as a musician myself, fucking, like, I can understand that being rushed to fucking finish something in a shitty fucking way kind of pisses you off and kind of makes you act like maybe you're a little bit of an asshole. So, hey, just give him a little bit of money. Give id some money so they shut the fuck up because you own them. Hey, you already did that. Yeah, congratulations. Give Mick some money. Let him finish the soundtrack. I want to be able to listen to Meat Hook that not on YouTube.
So that whole thing came to a head before the Microsoft BAP, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Microsoft, fix that shit. Oh my god, Mike! Look, you've done a lot of good things recently. Like, I know Xana's not going to give you praise, but I'll give you some praise for what you've done in the right department, right? Fix that. Just fix that for us, please. Anyway, so get back on that topic. Like it's just kind of funny that Nintendo just hasn't bothered to do that. Like, it would be quite nice to boot up whatever streaming service you like and be able to put on the Mario Galaxy soundtrack. I'm just throwing it out there, Nintendo. You get paid per play on that too.
They know. I think a lot of the issue with
money.
that, though, is like the Dragon Quest issue, though, you know? So, like, I think the way a lot of copyright stuff for music specifically works is that the composer still maintains a lot of the copyright for that, and so they can control where that thing goes. At least in Dragon Quest case, the whatever his name was, rest in shit asshole guy who died, who composed the music for the entire series and denied things like the fucking horrible war crime atrocities that happened on Japan's behalf, and I think might have even denied the Holocaust once. Citation needed. Asterisk. Could be slander. But he's dead now. Who gives a fuck? He would always like release soundtracks and shit in Japan, and then give us the MIDI fucking versions in like the fucking English version games. Dragon Quest VIII, the re-release on 3DS. In Japanese, it has this fully orchestrated, beautiful fucking soundtrack. In English, we get the shitty fucking MIDI version. So what should be an amazing fucking version comes with like one of the worst fucking versions of the soundtrack ever, which is ironic because the PlayStation 2 version, the English localization decided to they bought the licensing fees for the concert CD release of that entire fucking soundtrack, and then it put that in the game while they localized it. So the English PS2 version to me is the definitive version of the PS2 version. And if you hack the 3DS version, it's a very good version. But yeah, I think music copyrights specifically are tied up in a lot of composers. I know a lot of the mega corporations own them outright, but I think some of them at least are tied up in the composers, depending on how the deals are made.
Also,
Yeah,
Xander, you are right. He did deny. He is a denier.
Oh, cool. Fuck you. Rest in shit, asshole. I hope the fucking Madagascar that feast
Yeah,
on your
he
fucking
died.
body fucking grow real good and strong and fucking help me fucking pirate all your goddamn fucking shitty music. You fucking piece of shit. Fucking rest in piss. I'm gonna visit your grave and fucking piss all over it. I hope you're thirsty, motherfucker.
If I recall, he actually hated the Philharmonic orchestrated versions of his music. Because like he made them specifically for like whatever like MIDI for whatever fucking reason, and it's a super shitty sound font, but like it sounds so much better when you let an orchestra hit your shit. And yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, his whole philosophy was music is for listening to, and games should not have this level of music in it. And like he would fucking like released his soundtracks in fully orchestrated, separate from the fucking game. It was super shitty. Fuck that dude. Rest in piss.
Fair enough. My point though, like, piracy is a crime of convenience. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Make your shit available easily, and piracy tends to, subside a little bit.
Yeah, I think we've mentioned it on this
fact
podcast before specifically, but like when everything was on Netflix, guess what I stopped doing?
Right? Oh god. Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest, like growing up, I didn't have money to buy albums, so I will be honest, yeah, I pirated a lot of music. I may have accidentally downloaded Korn, .mp3 or .exe, whatever. But when that shit was available, when that shit's available on demand, I'm not gonna pirate it, because I'll just pull it up and listen to it. Like, I genuinely can't think of the last time like I downloaded a song that I didn't pay for. Like, I cannot remember the last time I did that.
Well, obviously copyright free stuff doesn't count because that's free anyway.
Same thing with movies too. Like I can't think of the last time I bought a or I would say bought. I can't think of the last time I got a pirated DVD or a pirated copy of a film aside from one that came out recently.
Yeah.
No comment.
The last one that I did was Redacted, and then the one before that I did was Redacted, because I just refused to watch that one in the theaters. And man, the scene where fucking Redacted was blown up in the spaceship, but then fucking Redacted was revealed to actually be alive, dude. Oh, that shit pissed me the fuck off. I was like, I'm so glad I didn't see Redacted in theaters. And then fucking Redacted came back as a redacted ghost in front of Redacted. And I was like, this is fucking shit. This movie fucking sucks. This movie's fucking bad. I'm so glad I stole this. And then there was this like fucking there was this like a casino ad with this pinata in the middle of it, and then I was that just interrupted it and like was in front of the whole screen, and it was the most engaging part of that whole fucking movie. Redacted was fucking terrible, and then I saw Your Movie Sucks review on it, and he was like, and then there was this fucking pinata that showed up in the middle of the movie, and I was like, he wants the same copy as me.
Oh, fuck me sideways. Oh god, I was thinking about this recently because I'm not going to endorse anything, but if certain things are on certain redacteds, I will do it because those redacteds can frankly suck my left redacted.
The only reason I watched that film because I didn't want to go to theaters again to watch it because I didn't want to get sick. And
yeah,
honestly, if you are being a yar-har fiddly dee because you don't want to go to a theater in the middle of a pandemic, I'm not gonna blame you for that. Fuck it, yeah, don't go out, don't do that.
The Batman's coming out on HBO, right?
Hello, yeah, I think so.
Hell yeah, because I want to see that, but I don't really feel like going to the,
Well, lucky for you, your boy's got Hubbo Max, and I can share that with y'all. So you can watch Obama.
We can watch Obama?
Obama.
Hey, Obama, what do you think about Batman?
Well, you see, I think that Batman, he's a vigilante. And what he does is against the Constitution of the United States of America. And that if Batman really wanted to do good, you should let our boys in blue do it.
But Obama, what about the corruption within the Gotham Police Department? I mean, he can't truly expect them to be able to handle these kind of crimes that the supervillains just happen to pull off.
Well, you see, that's a great question. But this paycheck that I got from Rikers Island says otherwise.
Also, quick Google. So the Batman is going through an exclusive stint in theaters for 6 weeks, and then on April 22nd it'll hit HBO Max. But unlike the other HBO Max releases where they've done like 6 weeks on HBO Max then disappeared, it'll stay on there forever after that.
Okay, so
cool.
You're telling me I'm gonna have to watch a screener copy of this because they're gonna try to.
I'm fine waiting till April 22nd because my birthday is April 18th.
It'll be a birthday movie for you. We'll all watch it together.
Hell yeah, it's fine by me because it's not that far out. Like fucking March. It's not even that far. Like March 4th to April 22nd.
Listen. Robert Pattinson is going to show his fucking goddamn giant fucking horse cock on camera for the first time, right? And
Second time.
And his pubis is going to be shaved into the shape of the bat. And I'm not going to miss that.
Ooh. Well, I'll wait till it comes out on streaming because I can still be higher quality than a screener copy. Also, I don't think they're going for the award season on this one, so I don't think we'll see too many screener copies floating around that are a decent quality,
With that being said, I was gonna, God damn it, you talked about your birthday coming up. Actually, my birthday is next.
It is. Yours is in March. What do you want?
Can I actually be honest? I'm not looking forward to my birthday for like the first time in years.
Okay, well, stop. I'm turning 30, okay? I'm gonna get all of the jokes from you motherfuckers. I don't want to hear it from you.
No, it's not that I'm just cause, oh no, I'm getting old. Like I know I'm getting old. I don't care that I'm getting old, but like it's like I usually like my birthday because like I'm an attention seeking whore and I like when people pay attention to me and talk to me.
Plus birthday head is the best kind of head.
Sure. But like I don't know what it is about this year, but in general, but like there's just nothing I'm looking forward to happening in this year. Like I'm just fucking I'm just fucking tired.
You think it's just that there hasn't been like a reprieve, like in most normal years there's like a big game release that comes up in March, or a big film release. And
it's
most
not
of those
even
either been
that.
delayed or just hasn't been
It's
coming
not
out.
even lack of game releases or lack of movies I want to watch or lack of things I want to do. I think it's just that I'm just tired. Like of just everything, you know. I'm tired of my 9 to 5. I'm tired of my just uninteresting life I've been going and dealing with lately. It's just like after the last couple of years where I accomplished a lot of things,
Yeah.
I'm kind of sitting here like the one big thing I want to do I can't really do right now, and that's why I have just no excitement for anything right now. I don't mean to get too like depressing with you guys right now, but it's just like, bro, what the fuck am I even doing right now? You know, what am I doing with my life?
You feel like you've kind of hit the most you can grow inside this pandemic bubble, and now you kind of gotta hope that you can wait for this pandemic to end to hit the other thing?
I guess. Like, I guess that's it? Because, like, man, like...
You're having an existential crisis, dude.
I guess, yeah.
You're not where you want to be.
Actually, I believe that the technical term also might be quarter-life crisis.
So a big issue that me and you specifically had is that a lot of the people we idolized and shit growing up were a bunch of young dudes who made success super young because they got lucky or they were rich and we didn't know about it. And so me and you have this thing in our head. Even if we acknowledge it, it doesn't go away. We have this almost this expectation in our head that we should have already been where we wanted to be by now, or at least like somewhere along there where we're not like slaving away at a job we hate for a corporation that deserves to be fucking redacted by redacted while redacted. This part has been edited completely out by Alexander in post because he said a lot of really heinous shit, and frankly I can't justify even trying to blank that out. And yeah, it's just made us really fucking super depressed and shit. And fucking we have to remember that A, we weren't born rich. Unfortunately, we were super poor. Whether our families want to admit it or not, or try to claim middle class or whatever, we weren't even fucking middle class. TBH, we didn't have a fucking chance. We didn't go to college. We didn't get our school paid for. We didn't have a fucking nest egg lined up. We didn't have a savings account lined up. I haven't even gone on I didn't fucking go to the dentist after fucking 3rd grade. Like, I didn't go to a doctor until, like, I was way older for, like, shit that should have been fucking, like, taken care of way beforehand. We grew up in environments and in situations and in material conditions that completely fuck us out of the ability to take advantage of the fact that we had these skills or these interests or the ability to learn these talents and all that kind of shit. And we've fallen behind because of that. And in our heads, we're beating ourselves up over it. We're blaming ourselves for it instead of recognizing that it's not our fault. We still have a lot of life to live, and it's been very hard up to this point, and it's going to be really hard still to keep going. And the idea that we still have to keep fighting after we fought for so fucking long is one of the most exhausting fucking feelings that you can possibly go through. When you've spent 29 straight years of your life just trying to fucking survive because you just happened to roll the dice when you were born and you got fucking born into a family that, you know, kept the roof over your head, but, you know, sometimes things didn't work out right, or maybe you guys went without or something, you know? Like, you weren't on the edge of, like, fucking, like, the worst of the worst, don't get me wrong, but, you know,
No.
you weren't afforded the fucking, like, the middle class fucking, my dad makes fucking $300,000 a year kind of, like, fucking even baseline fucking bullshit that a lot of the other people around us and a lot of people we looked at fucking were afforded. And we have to slowly forgive ourselves for not being where we want to be, while at the same time recognizing that forgiveness that we're giving ourselves, we don't even need to be giving ourselves because it's not our fault and that shit. Like, it's hard to keep going. You're gonna have a lot of downtime, and when you feel exhausted or burnt out, take the downtime. Just get a bunch of extra sleep. If you're like, I'm not excited for anything and I don't want to do anything that day, fucking take a nap. Like, sometimes just sleeping.
See, but that's the thing. Like, man, I hate sleep because I feel like I've wasted my day. And the number of times I have just crashed because I'm exhausted from work, but then also trying to do other stuff and just like just trying to stay focused on a task. Like I will crash and not even realize that I've fallen asleep, and then my day's gone. Like,
Yeah.
dude, I took off from work early today because I just wasn't feeling good, and I crashed for 3 hours. And I feel like I wasted that time.
No.
You know, it's like it's a big issue with me because I feel like if I'm not doing something, if I'm not recording something, if I'm not working on a project or something, like I'm wasting my fucking time.
And that's a psychological problem. You have to probably with help it would be better, but obviously
And that's
healthcare, blah blah.
and
blah.
I can't get the help.
Yeah.
I can't get the help. That's the thing. Like I looked into getting like man, like my insurance sucks. Like I have a health spending account. It's like $500, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna use this to start getting a therapist. I'm gonna see how much it costs. And like the first therapist I saw that's in network for me costs like $200 for the first visit, and then $51 for each additional visit. I'm like, wow, great. I can get like what 6 visits total? Like fuck me.
Yeah, it's you're especially where you are, you're fucking it's designed to fail. I can't give this actual advice on the podcast because that's fraud. I will say that in private. But aside from that, the first thing you're gonna hear out of a lot of people's mouths whenever you bring up these kind of topics and the stress and stuff is, have you tried meditation?
Mm-hmm.
Smack them in the fucking face. Meditation doesn't fucking do anything. It does not fucking make you feel better. It does not fucking magically solve your problems. It doesn't change the fucking material fucking conditions of your life that attribute to why you are. All it does is make you zone out for a little bit and make you go, I feel a little bit better. Sure, it can have some short-term benefits to it. Whatever. But it's the same as a fucking sugar pill. It's a goddamn placebo.
Yeah.
There is no such fucking thing as spiritual fucking healing. None of that shit exists. What?
There is sexual healing.
Yeah.
though.
Oh, yeah. Sexual
Because,
healing.
when I get
totally
that
fucking
feeling.
exists. Dude. Okay. Real talk though. Sexual healing is an actual fucking power because before November, I was a broken fucking person. And after November, boy.
What pussy does to a motherfucker.
What pussy does to a motherfucker. But fucking, we have to, with the means that we have right now, try to come along to remind ourselves that if you're burned out, you're not going to be productive. So you're not wasting time taking that nap and resting and revitalizing yourself and like healing yourself and all that. If anything, you are increasing your productivity for the thing you want to do further down the line because you are less likely that next day to be burnt out. And it's a slow, arduous process. I'm trying to fucking balance that out. Obviously, I don't have any room to talk. I have no time to stream because I have 3 hours of transit on top of the fucking 9 hours I'm out of the house, fucking, and all that shit. And so I have to try to figure out my own balance and shit. But fucking, like, the one thing I can say is that like, it's not your fault that everything fucking sucks. It's not like you have done what you can up to this point, and you're continuing to. As long as you don't give up, things are going to get better. I said that almost reluctantly, but then as like my brain started flashing back where we came from, dude, holy shit, we came from fucking bullshit. I was literally fucking homeless 5 years ago. Like we had nothing. We were surviving off of fucking Taco Bell every fucking day. Like, and barely fucking surviving off of that kind of shit. Because like we were shitting out all the nutrition that we could possibly get because it was Taco Bell. But fucking
Taco Bell gives you butt
we
pain.
worked minimum wage
does.
$7.25 an hour
Same.
jobs and shit, and fucking had to live with people who didn't fucking respect us and had no fucking care or feeling for like who we are or what we wanted as people. And like it feels like shit hasn't gotten better, but shit has totally fucking gotten better. And I will do everything I fucking can to continue to fucking keep making shit get better, dude. It's just we gotta take it one step at a time. If you feel bad, if you feel down, if you feel tired, fucking take that rest and fucking just try to remind yourself you need this rest, because if you didn't take it and try to force yourself to do something else, you run the risk of making a project even worse or burning yourself out further or making yourself hate the thing you're trying to do.
Yeah. And that's kind of like I kind of realized that I do need the rest because last night I went to bed earlier than I normally do because I was just like, you know, I knew I needed to go to bed. And then like in the middle of my sleep, I had like a fantastic idea for that Yu-Gi-Oh video I've been wanting to work on. I was just like, I don't think I would have thought about that if I hadn't just taken a nap.
Yeah.
Or tried to go to bed earlier, which the idea was...
I have a feeling. Sometimes, like, for the past couple of days, I'm working on this new video, right? I've been trying to work out how to start it up. Like, because, you know, you saw me Ian let it out saying the first 15 seconds is so fucking important, Jesus Christ. And then literally I was... Do you know what I was doing when it hit me earlier? How to start it? Like, how to word that properly?
What?
I was literally just sat... I think I just taken a shower. I was sat in here, and I was just watching some YouTube, like, just brain turned off. And then, ding! I'm like, oh, yeah, right. Here's the easy fucking joke.
Yeah. I think I've changed the way I want to do mine, because it used to just be, like, talking about these two games and why they're bad, but now it's just, like... I've been talking about a lot with Yu-Gi-Oh! In general, but now it's just, like, with Master Duel coming out, and then the Yu-Gi Boomers coming back to it and being like, oh, I remember Yu-Gi-Oh! Being like this, and we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Y'all want to see what the Yu-Gi-Oh! You're talking about used to be like? Because here are a couple of not great games that you can definitely give a shot and see where we came from compared to today.
Oh, God. I would fucking love to do, like, a video with you at some point where we play, like, some of the old ones, particularly, like, the 2003 Worldwide Edition thing, with some of the most broken shit you could do in that makes some of the stuff that happens today look tame by comparison.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I would love to like go and do some crazy like OTK, FTK shenanigan bullshit like with those games and show people like Yu-Gi-Oh! Has always been a broken and to quote a certain Yami Yugi, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a broken exploitable mess of a game and I'm about to exploit the hell out of it.
Oh my God. Like, there's no banned list in that game if memory serves. Like, only certain versions of the game have a banned list or forbidden list.
Yeah.
So you can run 3 Crush Card viruses.
and here's the thing. Here's the thing. Crush Card virus isn't even that good.
Right, but you think combine it with a few little tricks in there, and then.
But no, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
God.
If I want to get some shenanigans going, I'll just be like, oh, here's Magical Scientist, and do Magical Scientist FTK, or fucking do a bunch of dumb shit like that. Like, because I think Magical Scientist FTK is like all around having Catapult Turtle, Magical Scientist, and then summoning the fusion monsters, and then tributing them with Catapult Turtle to inflict massive fucking damage.
Mm-hmm. That was Legend of Blue Eyes.
I think. Yeah. 2004?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, if you will let me do that dumb bullshit, I will do that dumb bullshit. And that's kind of how... And I didn't mean to jump all the way to this, but it's just like... I want to talk about that. Like, I would like to make a video on that and show, like, hey, guys, Yu-Gi-Oh's always kind of been this funky, weird game. There was one format where it wasn't this crazed bullshit. And then immediately after, it became this crazy bullshit. Also, it wasn't Legend of Blue Eyes. It was probably sometime a little bit after that, because I've done Legend of Blue Eyes format. That is what people remember is set one pass or summon a monster attack, and that is that format.
Gotcha. The very first expansion pack.
I think it was Spell Ruler or Magic Ruler or something like that, or Metal Raiders.
Legend of Blue Eyes was the first booster pack released in the West.
That is the first set release.
He is done.
Yeah.
That looks really cool.
I'll
actually post a picture of this on the video.
Nice.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will. I'm taking it right now.
No, you won't. No, you won't.
Now 28, Xander.
What?
Oh, can I just say, I've been listening back to some of our other podcasts because I've let it build up a little bit so I can listen to them when I drive, and I got to the one we had with Mark on the Cyberpunk 2077 minute discussion, and hearing Xander actually put in the fucking dolphin, fucking killed me.
What do you mean? That's me making the noise.
No, it wasn't. That was a dolphin.
Yeah, I'm that good.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
I've heard your dolphin.
God gun.
Oh, shut up.
Xander, do a dolphin noise.
To come through on Discord.
Christ on a fucking bike. Good
Anyway,
Lord.
but yeah, but back to the whole topic at hand though. It's like, yeah, I was able to come up with the idea and that flow of ideas because I let myself take that rest early. I think I just need to accept the fact that dumb motherfuckers sleep more. Just go sleep.
Yeah. Rest for the brain is good. Rest for the brain makes brain happier.
Yeah.
Brain generally work better with at least 8 hours.
Oh,
So don't feel bad about sleeping on the weekend because brain happier for it.
Yeah.
but sometimes.
Or you can do what I did and like have your brain freeze in 18-degree weather last night and do dumb brain things.
Yeah, but sometimes.
What were you saying, Xander?
Sometimes staying up in the morning, fucking can help you fucking get the thing that you've been fucking wanting all your goddamn life. I can confirm that not only did the money go through, but the shipment is arriving. Fucking, I bought Kingo Jewelers. I have Kingo Jewelers. I spent $500 fucking dollars on this goddamn Zoid.
Woo!
New,
I cannot justify that
unopened
big
in
of a
box.
purchase.
Never been fucking touched by any hands whatsoever. One of the rarest, most sought after fucking like pinnacles of all Zoid collections. It's finally in my hand. And I got it with government money because I lost $3,000 on my fucking music last year. And apparently that can be claimed on taxes. So now I understand how business
Nice.
owners do it.
Well, congratulations. In that you officially lose all license to make fun of me for my Mars Matrix purchase.
Yeah, but yours is a video game that you
Congratulations.
can't
I'm happy
download
for
it.
you.
I can't download a Kingo Jewelers.
You could 3D print
Okay,
it.
real talk though, if there's
No.
somebody out there who stumbles across this fucking thing and is like, yo, I can 3D print you a fucking like Zoid or whatever, fucking hit me the fuck up because I'm interested in that shit. Because I can't 3D print that shit. I don't have that kind of fucking thing. The $500 spent on that fucking Kingo Jewelers is cheaper than the equipment that would be necessary to make a replica of it. And in most cases, you would have to resin cast it and not be able to 3D print it. 3D printing, from what I understand, structural integrity differs from like injection molding and resin kit casting and shit like that, and wouldn't necessarily hold up for Zoid construction. However, if you can prove me wrong, prove me the fuck wrong, because I love Zoids and I love piracy.
And I Warhammer seeing a shitload of people doing 3D printing, so I'm curious to see how it
Yeah,
ends
because
up
then I
going.
could be like, you wouldn't download a Zoid.
I love those stupid commercials because it's like, you wouldn't
God.
download a car. I'm like, the fuck you talking about? I'd absolutely download a car.
Yeah.
Let's go fucking download a fucking Ferrari. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking Isaac Plumbo's fucking electric cars were able to be fucking downloaded or some shit. I would like, I hate his fucking electric cars. They run people over because their driver's assistance things build as autopilot, and dumb people don't read the fine print that tells them not an actual autopilot, not an autonomous driver. You need to be fucking driving. It's an assistant thing. And so fucking if Isaac Plumbo was like, yeah, I released this new car and fucking like we could download it, I would download that shit in a heartbeat. I can't even fucking legally drive and I'd download that shit. Yes, I would download a car. Fucking hell. Fucking
Here's the thing. I would download anything and everything. I know we talked about like piracy a second ago, but like the internet has changed so much since these dumb commercials have come out. And it's just like, I can download whatever the fuck I want. Like, I literally am able to download like software that can let me like hack most of my consoles or whatever I want. Like, or mod my consoles or just do what I want. Because here's the beautiful thing about owning technology is being able to fuck with it, do what you want with it. Like, if I want to like mod my Game Boy Advance to have like a USB-C cable, which I'm not going to do that right now because I'm too scared to, but like if I wanted to, I could do that. If I wanted to mod my Switch so I could put like skin mods in Super Smash Bros. or
nude mods in
Mario
Super Smash
Kart 8.
Bros.
Yeah, I would do that. I can do that. Like that's the cool thing about technology. It's just like, bro, you could do basically whatever the fuck you want with the tech you own. You just learn how to do it and do it. Like, man, like hacking my 3DS was the easiest damn thing I have ever done in my life, and I'm shocked I hadn't done it sooner. Like, there's just like this wellspring of shit I can do with it now.
Yeah, that
And-
3DS one was way easier than I thought it was going to be.
Oh yeah, the easiest thing I've ever hacked in my life, and I've hacked a lot of my shit. Like, I'm just saying it. Like, I've done a lot of hacking, and that was the easiest one. The only thing I could think of that was even remotely close to being as easy was probably hacking my Wii. That's the second easiest one I've done.
I remember when I hacked Super Smash Brothers with you and did the palette swaps, and that was like the birth of my deep-seated hatred of Smash Brothers for a long time.
I'm sorry about that still.
And then the other guy sat in the background.
It shouldn't have been as difficult.
And fucking chatted.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been as difficult as it was.
Like, why aren't you done yet? And it's like, because I've never done this before, and I have to learn it from the fucking ground up, asshole. And he's like, okay. And then fucking, I'm gonna chat with my girlfriend more, and just lays on your sister's bed, fucking while he chats with his dumb girlfriend on the phone.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. That guy, if you for whatever reason are watching this, fuck you. Like, damn, bro. Like, I did so much for you. Bitch, I paid you for all that shit. Suck my dick. Please don't, actually. I don't want you to suck my dick. That's not an invitation. Fucking transphobe ass.
We'll talk about that off the podcast for sure. But yeah, it's just that's the cool thing about tech though. You can basically do whatever the hell you want. Just do it.
Yeah. I wish I could download a hedgehog.
You wouldn't download a hedgehog.
And on that note, would you download a podcast?
No.
Yeah, of course you would.
Would you download
you
Charles
guys want
Eugene
one of those
Cheese?
Oh, fuck.
Ooh, I downloaded. Does he have a soul? Do you think he downloaded his soul? He went to the Pirate Bay and looked
back
up
to the thing we started with. Actually, did you know there's actually fucking lore for like Chuck E. Cheese?
Yes, it's all propaganda.
Like,
it somehow.
No, yeah, like Flyer, a friend of ours, came into the Discord call the other day when we were talking about it, and then he's like, "Did you know there's lore for Chuck E. Cheese?" Like, what do you mean there's lore for Chuck E. Cheese? And there's like a whole ass storybook about how like he was an orphan, but he loved birthdays, and then he went to this pizza place and he discovered he could sing, and his favorite song was the Happy Birthday song. And he made all the people happy because he sang Happy Birthday. I was just like, what the fuck?
Rat. He's an orphan rat.
He's an orphan rat.
Aren't rats like one of like 1,800? Like they're listed.
Why do you think I keep calling him Rat Bastard?
There's 1,800. Does that mean there's 1,800 of them?
Oh no. The hunt.
The hunt is on.
No, unfortunately for us, since Charles' species of rat is so large, they typically give birth to one. I said unfortunately. Fortunately for us.
You just want to kill more Charles.
No, I want Charles
Maybe
to be
there's like an
gone. Do you know how long he's been fucking haunting my entire goddamn fucking nightmare of a goddamn life? God, this motherfucker. I just wanted to play that stupid fucking dinosaur fighting game in a stupid fucking goddamn arcade cabinet on my goddamn sister's stupid fucking birthday. Then my stupid fucking aunt dragged me to that I didn't want to be at because I felt stupid while I was fucking there. But no, you can't just play it. You gotta convert your money to coins. But it's like, I already have quarters. Why can't I just use a quarter? Because you gotta convert them to coins. Why can't I just use my quarters, Chuck? Oh, you gotta use them. You gotta convert them to coins. Okay, fine. And then I convert them to coins. And it's like, Arcade machine broke. Fuck you! Arcade machine broke! After all of that? After I spend my hard-earned quarters on your fucking coins, and it won't even take your coins? Fuck you, Chuck! I'm coming for you!
Why is he a Jack Nicholson right now?
My man's upset because he couldn't go best of 3 in Marvel.
It wasn't Marvel, it's a dinosaur fighting game. I played... Okay, the story makes it sound like I didn't get to play it at all. I got to play it. I was trying to play it again. I was out of coins. But the game, for whatever reason, malfunctioned in between me going to go grab more coins and going back. Which complete fucking lie. I was apparently playing it too long and they banned me from it and they didn't just want to tell me that I couldn't fucking play it anymore. Even though nobody else was playing it. Nobody else was in line for that, Chuck! Nobody else was in line! But they said no.
I'm trying to think what dinosaur fighting game it was.
They had weird
there's a
shoes.
dinosaur fighting game out
It wasn't the one where they transformed from people to dinosaurs.
Oh.
It was fucking... They had, like, shoes on them. It was weird. Like, I played a T-Rex with some sneaks on them.
Yeah. It wasn't Primal Raid.
I just said no.
Well, Primal Raid didn't have people.
He has fucking sneakers on him. You know what? Let's look this up, actually. You know what? We're doing an episode of What Was That Memory? Starring me, guy who forgets his own name. How old am I?
You're the same age as me.
How old
bud.
are you?
I'm 28.
Dinosaur fighting game, Chuck Cheese.
This is the deep forbidden lore. Can I just talk about how much I miss arcades?
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, unironically,
Oh, Dino Rex.
like, when I was a kid, right, didn't have any gaming consoles. So, my only way I got to play video games, aside from my Game Boy, was to go to the arcade. And, like, dude, I fucking loved playing games at the arcade. Like, I played Marvel Superheroes all the damn time. Like, that was my go-to game to play at the arcade. And, like, I would just play it every time I'd go there. Like, and I wasn't very good at it because, like, you know, I was like, you know, 6, 7, wasn't very good at fighting games at the time because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But, like, I was like, bro, I get to play Spider-Man? Bro, I get to play Wolverine? Hell yeah. And I just like, mash button and make web shoot and punch, you know, other guys. I'm like, I fucking love that game. And you just don't get that experience anymore, you know? Like, thank God I have found a local arcade here in where I live where I can go and just pay like $5 and I can play whatever I want for like an hour. But
Yeah.
man, like I just miss arcades. I just miss that arcade feeling. God, I want to go to an arcade tomorrow. Actually, I really want to go do that.
The first time I ever went to an arcade was at Chuck Cheese, and then the second time I ever went to a place that could have even remotely been an arcade was when I went with you to the fucking bowling alley and there was Street Fighter. So I never got that experience.
You never went to the arcade that was in the mall when it was open?
No, but every single time I'd look at that, I'd be like, hey, that looks interesting. And then my mom and dad would be like, remember the 80s, and be like, arcades suck because it cost a bunch of money and they're all really hard, so you're not going in there. And then it closed.
Oh man, I miss Tilt. That's
My
where I
life
spent a lot of
fucking
my time as
sucked,
a kid.
Devon, until I moved.
Yeah. Tilt was fun though. That was, man, when that arcade closed, when my local arcade closed, I was so heartbroken. Like, hands down. And then like when the laundromat I went to, because the laundromat I went to also had Marvel Superheroes, when we stopped going there, when they closed too, I was so upset because I was just like, man, I really want an arcade cabinet of Marvel Superheroes. I think that's the one.
One of those arcade one-up ones.
I would get one of those arcade one-up things. That's the thing. Like, I think that's the big thing I want as an adult. My big dumb kid purchase would be an arcade cabinet of Marvel Superheroes. Just give it to me.
Didn't
please.
one of those
I think I don't.
and one of those remake ones come out?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
those are the arcade
arcade
one-up.
one.
Yeah, how much are those?
Like $400.
Yeah, they're not cheap. Also, I think they're less than that, but like $300.
Let me check. I think the Marvel one specifically was 400.
Look
Let me-
that up
yeah.
while I'm still trying to find this goddamn dinosaur game. I'm gonna try one more search.
Marvel Superheroes arcade one up. Oh no, yeah, no, it's not $400. It's with the riser and everything, it's $500.
Oh yay!
That's it?
Though the countertop one is $180. It's on sale right now.
There's arcade one-ups in varying quality, I will say, just to be fair, heads up on them. Some of them are really nice.
I
some
think
of
the
them are
Marvel
like,
superhero
yeah.
ones is one of the nice ones.
Yeah, there's one that goes on your table. I found it right here. I kind of want it, but it's significantly cheaper.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Street Fighter 2 one. It's like $440 with the riser.
Jesus.
There's a Killer Instinct one. That's cool.
But anyway, that's all I had to say about that.
I think we're going to title this episode Devon's Quarter Life Crisis.
Did you find it?
No.
Is he still hasn't found this game?
Xander.
I can't
Xander, buddy.
I can't find it. If there's mentions of Primal Rage being at Chuck E. Cheese, but like that's not the game. Like it was obviously
Cretaceous Rage?
Huh?
Cretaceous Rage?
That would be hilarious. Is that what it's called?
I found a dinosaur fighting game. It looks really shitty.
Also, one was apparently in there in the 90s called Warpath Jurassic Park.
The T-Rex had fucking sneakers on, though. None of these fucking T-Rexes have sneakers. That's the issue. So like Primal Rage has like a similar like art style, like like they would look kind of like clay like figures that were animated and stuff. But none of these fucking T-Rex be having sneakers though.
I found one called Dino Rex, but and it is a 2D fighting game, but I don't see a T-Rex with sneakers.
Yeah, neither do I. I also opened up Dino Rex, being like, is that it? But I was like, nah. Chuck E. Cheese, Dino Sour fighting game.
T-Rex wearing sneakers.
That just brought up a bunch of T-Rex mascots because apparently a T-Rex wearing sneakers is a fucking good old fun time.
Is a meme. I mean, yeah. Would you like to wear some sneaky boys? There's some T-Rex sneakers there. That's kind of ugly.
Like, just looking at the pictures here, like, man, like, I am getting some, like, monster nostalgia. I remember another arcade I went to had, like, the Simpsons arcade game on it. That was fun. That's a good-ass game.
I haven't played that in forever.
Yeah. There's another thing. They need to release more arcade games on digital consoles. I'm sorry, but just let me play them. Like the fucking X-Men arcade game. Come on.
I officially give up on.
That was up for a long time.
I give up on searching for this. I'm done.
He has surrendered. He's throwing in the towel.
Spinosaurus came back into my childhood and ripped the fucking goddamn entire fucking existence of that fucking game out. He vored that game's existence, and so now nobody but me remembers it. And he did it just to fuck with me. I will get you one day, Spinosaurus.
Okay. Good luck with that.
Anyway, I think with that being said, I am okay with calling it an episode after talking about a bunch of just fucking arcade machines. And
Yeah,
arcade
they
games.
opened up a new John's down the street, so I'm gonna go try that. I know John's dead. I know, that shit happened, but
What about Jono?
I don't want to talk about Jono.
John killed Jono.
I still feel bad about Jono, man. Okay, real talk though. Okay, we get this cereal sponsor, right? Jono, for like one episode, and he's super nice. He's super dope. Like him and Devon seem pretty close, like to the point where like Devon can call him and he doesn't answer. He's like, yeah, he's dead. And, like he always answers his phone for Devon, like fucking like that's how close these motherfuckers were for one episode, and then fucking John from John's murders him. Like it's not fucking fair, dude. But anyway, yeah, so I guess in memory of Jono, I'm gonna go eat at John's 2 that opened up, even though they're both dead.
Was it John's or is it Johnny John's?
It's just John's.
John too. Is it more pizza, more ingredients?
So
John?
it's fucking
It's pizza,
it's-
ingredient.
no, it's white.
John.
It's
John.
wife pizza,
John.
wife ingredient, wife. His wife runs it. She
His
couldn't come
wife?
up with a better.
Oh,
she couldn't come
okay.
up with a better slogan.
His wife
Yeah.
runs it.
So it's gonna support her and her kids. Hopefully it tastes good. Man, we killed him, man.
We didn't do it. That was David.
Yeah,
Draymond.
I mean, like technically that was David Draymond, but that's like the same argument as like, oh, I killed a man. Well, technically it was the gun that killed him. Yeah, but we pulled the trigger. Like David wouldn't have killed John if it wasn't for us. So David was our gun. We killed a man.
Don't look at me.
No, we didn't.
I got coffee out of it.
Oh yeah. Also, me and Adam murdered the Blue Collar Comedy Tour on the way back. That's something we'll have to talk about next time. This has been Intertitled here. You guys have a fucking great night. Make sure to look at the links below. We probably shilled. You guys know how to shill.
You killed who?
It's a great mix. Jeff Dunham. Don't worry about it. Night.
Jeffafa.